Oh, good morning everyone, it's Lee Chapman here and welcome to another episode of building from what we did earlier in the week about relationships. The last episode we spoke about how more to the hearts of women and how you can do things to bring your husband closer to you, and you can actually do that in such a way without you actually subconsciously doing it, and he doesn't even know it's sort of happening, but your relationship will be pulling closer together. Today we're going to be having a conversation for men on how the female brain works, how their emotions work, and also the wound that women carry and where that wound comes from. And once you understand this as a male, you'll have a closer and greater appreciation for how your wife ticks, and you'll really be able to switch on your relationship when you do this. Now, whether you like it or not, as humans, we have a hierarchy, and that is subconscious in our brain, and we are designed to strive forward, and we also are designed to get rid of the opposition. Now, that is through the animal kingdom, and it includes us, and that is hardwired in our brain. And what tends to happen is when you're a young teenager in school, that the alpha male and the alpha female at school sort of start to settle themselves out. And when you are getting into your sort of, early teens, is when your body starts getting full of hormones and things start changing. And from there on is you start to get shaken down into whereabouts into this hierarchy that you fit. Now, the ancient Chinese war chief and strategist Sun Tzu said, the best battle you can win is the one you don't have to fight. Now, I want you to remember that for later in life. So with that being said, the alpha male and the alpha female would rather take you out without actually having to fight you. So what happens with women especially is the alpha female, they realize they don't have the physical strength of men. So what women tend to use is gossip and hurtful words on their opposition. So if the girl wants to be the alpha female so she can get the best looking guy in the school, the best thing to do is take out the opposition. And the way she does that is, and her group of bitchy little friends, you know this throughout school, is they will start rumors about their opposition. So they will say to a girl that you're fat, you're ugly, you're a lesbian, the boys won't have sex with you, you're just downright a dog. All of these things that put women down, and they actually take this on and they start to believe it. So because they're comparing themselves to the alpha female, and they carry this, so this goes deep into their brain, into their subconscious, whether it's true or not, and then they leave school still carrying that subconscious branding that's been punched into their head. And what happens is, no matter what a guy says, he says, oh, I think you're beautiful, I think you're wonderful, you're the best thing since sliced bread. She doesn't believe it because she's been wounded from these alpha females back in school. And it doesn't stop, because as soon as she leaves school, she's still got that in her brain, and she's comparing herself to other women. She's thinking that, oh, I've got to look my best all the time because some alpha female is going to steal my husband, steal my boyfriend. So it builds in insecurities, and they spend money on fashion and they spend money on makeup, and it's just never ending animal of pain, and they don't even know why that is. Now, ladies, get your brain around this. That bitch that told you that, she's not even in your life anymore, but you still subconsciously hold that onto your brain. So once you know that girl doesn't exist anymore, and even if you are one of those alpha females and you realize you did that to girls in high school, that you may have to find some forgiveness in yourself to get over that, because otherwise you'll just be bitter and twisted. But men, getting back to, so that's the wound from women. Now men, how can you work with this? Well, now that you know what her wound is and where it comes from, you can say, no matter how much you say to her, she's not going to believe it, unfortunately, unless you have some real mind clearing NLP stuff done on you. But you can tell your wife every day that you love her, that you think she's fantastic, that she's beautiful, that she's doing a great job. And it's like the Grand Canyon. How often should you do this? Every day. You're not going to fill the Grand Canyon. Women's hearts are exactly the same. They need constant attention, constant love, And like a rose, they need constant watering. If you do not water that rose, it will shrivel up and die. Now, I know it's hard for us guys because our mind, our brain doesn't work from that perspective. Our wound is on our strength. And ladies, I'll be talking to you about men's wounds later on, but we're just talking about the ladies' wounds. So as a man, you need to uplift your wife every day, at least 3 or 4 times a day. Ring them out of the blue and just say, honey, I was just thinking about you today. How's your day going? Just ring her in a lunch break. If you haven't started, you have to court your wife constantly, not just when the marriage starts with the ceremony and then you stop. You court your wife constantly because she needs it. Just ring her up and say, I was just thinking of you. How's your day? Maybe not buy flowers once a year, but try buying flowers once a month for 12 months and see what that does to your relationship. Do us something that you know that floats her boat. We'll be talking about love languages and women and men later on, but we'll be talking about that in another video. But you need, as a man, if you want to get a better relationship and more special mummy and daddy time with your wife, you're going to have to put in the effort. You're going to have to sink some stuff in from your heart into hers. You're going to have to go out above and beyond for your wife's heart before she decides to open up again and open up to your heart. It's a two-way street, not a one-way street. So I hope that's been a great lesson for you men today on how to reach into your wife's heart and how to float her boat and increase your relationship. Just remember that, ladies, as men, we do notice you. You are beautiful, even though we don't say it as often as we should. And remember that, men, that you have what it takes and your responsibility to teach others never ends. Okay, bye for now.